MOG is in the house, believe it or not. It is my opportunity to sit with him and yours to watch at home. MOG, welcome to the Max Morning Show.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely to see you in person. Let me tell you a story about this man.
You met him sometime,
eh?
Ojanda.
Me ba ma me chiro be nshia. Oni mumpo because I never share work into. And me were essay and I wanted to do a collab with someone in Ghana and be say MOG. And me coach me at that time I didn't really know. And I'm say, hey, Papa we didn't make to me. I mean to me anyway. But I'm excited to actually see. And no dear. One mom is a collaboration now. Because maybe we do there miss me has a collaboration. And I me the acclaim. But lovely to have you. And you're doing amazing. The other day I saw your this song has gone, other people in SA. This gospel artist in SA was singing it, or they in worship, oh be lifted, and I was happy because we to say South Africa for the one much one kakra, just a woman unless it's their own. Until what say one more to or before for there, then say it's really good and it's really touched them, and that particular song has done amazing.
I'm more choreographer. Sorry, them one. More choreographer. Hey. Like their time. Some catch yourself in my sorry. So you drew Mamma Casa.
So for America.
Mama carry it to us. I'm a similar class a female. You do August you. Yamia. It's my area is our Bradinim. Aha. Ain't and you see there's something about churches and worship, and you can feel we all know more penny jekwa into no kwasori we all know more want to be on your tire for front of kwasori those make a couple more me to total. But the thing about that gladness, I said it last week, so be catcher was say wo me shawa na wa me nyame so mo basa no how wo nipa no what problem what you say obi timi sorry, that attractive, that you want to go and worship. Or be to me to my account that you want to be a part of whatever it is. It's almost choreographer because my question I'm saying so I conductor said there were wrongs me. I don't really know what's happening in there. I was watching.
He's probably a director.
I'm watching everything, and I'm watching one of my jazz. The gold bands like drums and everything. I'm like, Charlie, this is really coordinated. This is really and the spotlights and everything. But why is that only about 100?
So most of them are people who love my music and they came to support. So
are you kidding me? No.
If you like my pity, like from different places.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was almost like an up close.
And they can sing and more in harmony, like they can sing well like that. And
so basically, basically what we did was before we record, we'll just take them through to give them a basic understanding of how the song is, and then we'll move.
And they're able to do that. It's a lot of work, isn't it?
Kakrebi.
Man.
Why are you talking about? But I didn't know it's a whole lot of.
It's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. The artistic way is
the guy in the middle of the green, they're like moving here, there. They're on a Trump set. Musa Sani boy. They keep it, but it's lovely to watch.
Right. Was this done in Ghana?
Yeah, Ghana.
Like wow.
But I am so happy to be talking with you. Trust me, I've been following queer, but I'm happy that we are going to be talking to you about so many things, music, lifestyle, everything, and how you are always on Twitter creating things that happen. I was here tonight, giving us wahala with things that we've not even thought, to some extension. Say, as you say, be but really. As some no can be who can say, be you my so the kind of my like everybody will be called. I have a friend that calls me up and say, Charlie, there's this a friend of mine sick, and then there's this sophobia or preachy or away not on Zoom or Zebibisa or something, and everybody has to get in there. And everybody has to pay something for prophecy, and I'm like, nah, we're anything, because now me tia so and anymore krano. I problem o. But now say from you now we dey. E wan say na infrared.
Yes, you see ka say for mo nti na ye ma professor. Eti ko tia ne ma.
You say menka say nye, but you know ade bia ye papa bia na bone so to ne hugum.
That's right.
Inti na duru baby no ama wani na ho a, then you find yourself wanting. Inti I was really buzzed about what I thought about it pa. Me dwene ma me ho, you obi oso mo ya me. Me dwene ma me ho because my transfer them yeah to me yeah very good, so say we go come the second lane. We gweche ya this sama yetimi aba second
still away
yeah from me. It is a zoom pa the bluetooth ni infrared pa the beso seed. Yo come again. How was music?
Music is amazing. It's fulfilling because I mean I love music, and that's what gives me fulfillment. You know, so it's very fulfilling and amazing.
I will not go back to a very long time, but you are in the church now, and you're doing your music in the church, and I know you're doing wonderful in the church. And there has been this conversation some time back where the church is actually helping to groom and to help and everything. Now, if you are done important export. Nah, artists not done important export. Even artists and instrumentalists, but so not and everything. Now, if you okoboshabu, oka na kwako yento kwine, and I'm not making any money out of here, so I gotta make sometimes sometimes, and so now kwa extreme bit to say, hey, now no. Sebisobio ye do share adwuma mu na wi aka senka abesom intino there's that bit of misunderstanding, but what do you think about now? I don't know, but I hope that the churches are helping their musicians, because elsewhere e wo krokro bi so a asori ne pe wo mo dia no mu pie na ahai who ne say
I can't speak for other churches, but I can speak for my church, Royal House Chapel, where Reverend Sam Gachiankra, the Apostle General, is our overseer. He's very supportive, not just to me, but to everybody, even outsiders who want to do something for God. He goes, out to support you with his own money, not church's money, his own money. Every project I've done, with the exception of this year's project, he's always there in person from beginning to the end.
To the end.
He doesn't leave, and he also supports us financially. He makes sure that we are close about 20 or 30 worship leaders in my church, and everyone has their own concert. He attends every one of them. I miss his busy schedule, so you can imagine. He's very, very supportive when it comes to my ministry and what I do for God. Now, working over there, there was a time that nobody knew me, so now people know me, they invite me for programs, and there are sometimes I'm not able to go to church. I have to apply common sense to know that, Charlie, I have a source. This is where I started everything, so as much as I want to go out there to...
Don't take it for granted.
So there are times that you just take a backseat to make sure that you're back home, to do some work at home. They see you that you're working, not like acting it, but genuinely there working to support and all that. When they call upon you, if there are things you have to cancel to make sure you're there, you have to cancel it and be there, because these are people that started with you and held you.
So going out to do something for yourself and staying into, there should be a balance. You say
balance, yeah, basically.
There should be a balance.
The people normally have a problem, so the people don't build the balance to make sure that they are serving both, cordially. You want to hear you always have problems with your...
You have problems with...
But there was a day I said here, sir, I think said the only software in Ghana, I stand to be corrected, wabwa, ama yenyina yehu say wabwa the musicians, Apostle General. And the example is MOG. And on Kobe Biansu enyi ne the spiritual father ni din film, because he has played a role. In Tinenia MOG says it's taking my mind to. So when you where your bread is battered, I say won't say ho.
That's right.
It's only when you know, say now we more maya woman support. Why should I play a balance? Thank you.
Okay, then let me ask this too. I have so many questions I want to ask you. Let me ask this one too. So, being a gospel musician, because we are artists. We are musician. What's that? Being a gospel musician, where's your audience? Because the way I think Asari is the biggest audience. Even for secular and everything, because Ubetimia decided say min kojina obia stage so. And the crowd every Sunday at your concert. When you have a good church.
Yeah.
And even when you have a concert, sorry a bebano. And it's evident we are building a conversation into your yearly concert. And that is what I'm saying. So what is your who are your audience?
Obviously, first point of call is the church. You know, they support you by honoring you their presence. And the reason why the church is your first point of call is because you serve them. You know, they literally see you every time on stage leading worship. So if MOG is doing something like a concert or recording, they want to see what exactly he's going to do. It's not going to be the regular Sunday thing. It's something different. So the church is the first point of call before others come in, you know, those in the secular world, those who just love MOG music.
Good music.
You know, love good music.
You listen to other music?
Do I listen to other music? I listen to a lot of music, classical, jazz.
What's your favorite now?
My favorite is classical.
Classical?
Yeah.
Who?
Classical?
Yeah.
Who?
And yeah, Jenny, you're version na emoji goes classical.
No. It just soothes me. You like it keeps me in a calm place.
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
I like that.
You know.
Which era are you coming from? I remember the Daninettis, and quite frankly, Daninettin yes,
that's right.
You know, and those times we didn't really understand, but trust me, I sat under his voice. Daninettin was amazing. This was way back, Living Streams. Then, you know, your friend is saying the Joe Metals came. Right. Did you? But I hear Joe Metal always making references to Daninettin. Did you also grew up in that era where you learned from him or studied under him or heard him? Not why now it's no part.
Danny impacted me in a way, but the person who really did an amazing job on my foundation as a musician is Neokind.
Neokind. Aha.
Neokind.
Then there was Neokind. Yes.
So then there was Neokind.
Neokind. Yes.
So Neokind really impacted me. Taught
music.
Me yeah.
Wow. I always ask this. Mean to me, once I'll just twist it. Is your pastor a Christian? Yes, he is. He's doing everything else, helping everybody else. And being Christ-like and a non-Christian. Are you a Christian?
I am.
You're Christian.
Yeah.
So you're not a gospel musician, but you're Christian.
I'm a Christian.
What is the difference?
So anybody can do gospel music. I mean, even when you listen to our, for a lack of better word, our secular brothers, or someone on their album, somebody like Sarkodie, I featured on his gospel song. That doesn't make Sarkodie a Christian.
A gospel.
Yeah, gospel artist
or a Christian or something.
Christian. Being a Christian is basically you give your life to Jesus Christ, you know, following the direction of the Holy Spirit as, you know, pertaining in the Bible and then living a Christ-like life, you know. So I can be a Buddhist and still sing a gospel song, you know, mention the name of Jesus, and it's a gospel song and it will be out there. So most of the guys who do gospel music are not necessarily Christians. So you get into the arena of gospel music and start making friends with gospel artists, and you realize that there are certain characters that some people put on that doesn't depict as Christians, and then it makes you take it back to like, oh, I thought this guy was a
Christian.
So
yes.
You just have to, you know, just keep quiet and mind your business.
Okay. Now, if that is the case, then let's go back to your tweet where you are questioning. Your friend is saying, I don't know if it's a new trend now, but there are these young prophets on TikTok doing live session, asking people to sow seeds for prophecies. I just don't know what to say now. Just be careful you don't fall for it.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. You know,
very.
Somebody introduced me to this app you call TikTok, and I was just going through, you know, so amazing things, funny things and all that, people posting. And I realized that people are doing live sessions on TikTok, and they're like, sow a seed, you know, from number, not frame. Then somebody who's like, you can see the guy's like 25 or 22, calling somebody who's 35 or something, my daughter sow a seed. I'm like, which battles have you fought what have you overcome?
I like that.
To call somebody
Your
a daughter. You understand? And I mean, with that,
I get you.
Why do you have to be on TikTok and then in the name of a gift? You know, being a prophet is a gift. You know, and the gift of God is without repentance. So God can bless you with the gift of prophecy, which you still have that gift.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, on the judgment seat, you answer to everything. You understand? So the gift that God has given me is music. I can choose to be, messing around, doing anything, drinking,
so
smoking.
So what me at home,
Pepe. M.O.B. who say, so what I say, but the end will justify it. So I mean, people are on TikTok asking people to do, and we are living in a time where depression is real. The system, things are hard.
Yeah.
So when people chance on information, they just want something to just calm them down. So when you start prophesying to them on TikTok and tell them to send Mumu, it was the last 20 Ghana. No, in the name of believing God to do something. So, and for me, I don't believe in that. It doesn't work for me.
I am one because as you're saying, sometimes you want to think that me TikTok me needs to be Twitter no needs to be I better try the anti papa.
Into the Twitter better now.
Me catch them. Me catch them. Me Twitter. Me Twitter.
I don't know who tweet ya or call yes, screenshot it send information minister.
Right now you don't even need to be on social media.
Yes.
You can even choose to be on WhatsApp and you will know everything.
That's true.
Because we create group on so scrolling away from A to Z when you're back on friend. But you see the group of buzz to mute. So these things go on and I keep on asking. Nya wo kan ne twemadwen ko enkomo bi so se adomachede ya adomachede inti edu time bi na se obi wo adomachede obi se sister edi otomi nim sofo bi a na metena se tie ni preacher ya me just say I really loved to sit down metena se bia me ko bia mejai na matena se tie ni preaching no bia na numu na woto ne mu a amazing just say wo te wo kra na wo se egu na nizuban nya nti asema awuke ema metenya ma bia se yede achew what ya se no nkyere se obi ho no ma wo se we engosra na free so ya na mukasa asem na no kyere zen
I don't even know, but I mean the anointing of God is the discretion of God. He chooses when to take the anointing and when to give it. So the fact that people say we caught through a hard time doesn't mean say that the hand of God has left the person. For God is just preparing the person for another platform. But there are certain lessons he has to learn at that period.
So where do you record your music? Where do you record your music?
Where do I record them? Sometimes in church, sometimes. This one was done at the National Theatre.
Was it mixed and mastered here in Ghana?
So no, I did it in America.
Because the quality of sound, we definitely know.
I did everything in America. Yeah.
Let's talk about when your first one. Would you say your break?
Yeah, Be Lifted is what announced me to the world. Normally, the system as it is in the industry is the industry has to accept you.
Be lifted. I want to be
be lifted above. Man into it. Man into it.
I always watch. No mind, baby. No more. Sana me share sana. I'm sorry. Let me
patrol. Emoji to kakama.
Pressure.
Hey. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. You are the oh glorious God. We praise your name. We lay our crowns and worship you.
Sign me. Babaki, sign me. Sign me.
Oh, I get it now.
It's a lovely song and it went, all over.
I heard.
You were Sube Usenko photo.
But when you made it, maybe said no, so obi atun no be sin change no. I just say obi atun no atun different key. It's an person mete from original no me that say.
What about could be a yashino?
Oh yeah, you spinners for no so make you or my pitch. So know you know that one. Yeah. You know, I'm grateful. I know you didn't come say I'm grateful that you sang something. I know that somebody's also listening. What's your original? No, come baby now. You know the way my mommy say. You know what she put on the radio and she's singing. I'm like, she smells that song. You know, so there are a lot of things that are going on. But let's talk about exporting the music.
Yeah. So for me, as I was saying, the system pertaining now is the industry has to accept you, and they recommend you to certain platforms outside. Okay. But mine was vice versa. You know, I was not really known here, but people in the States, like in the UK and certain parts of Europe and South Africa, caught the music and they started blasting it, and it became big over there. So I was doing more gigs outside the country than in Ghana, and then they was like, there's this guy called MOG in Ghana. You guys know? I said, we've heard the name, but he's not really there. Said, no, you guys check his songs on Apple Music and YouTube, and they went to look at it. They're like, wow, it's amazing. Yeah. And so I became big outside Ghana before
coming in. What's MOG?
Man of God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me. All right. Now you have this new one coming up. Now, before we even talk about the new one and then the concert, there's so much going on when it comes to now. I see that the church is now, Oma Soria will bring it to you in your house.
Right.
Oma Soria will chase you up with it. Now, if the church is making you feel uncomfortable, we're going to go to a neutral ground, and then we're going to worship, we're going to praise, and then you can do whatever. And Sisiano, you do not need to come to my church before you can worship. Edu baby, men kwasoro o hontino. Sisiana, sorry, yen na nkoshia baby bako. Ate nyama ate this new thing called, concerts, gospel concert. You wore Tehila, you wore Kadosh, you wore. Can you not collabo?
Emoji would end just a wobo.
Mene koinonia.
Koinonia.
That's
koinonia.
Yeah.
Koinonia.
What is the meaning of koinonia?
It's a place of fellowship with God. A place where God fellowships with you. It's not you fellowship with him. He fellowshipping with you.
What's the
It's
word?
a Greek word.
It's a Greek word?
Yeah, it means fellowship with God.
Fellowship.
Or simply say new wine.
Koinonia.
New
wine.
It means new.
I think new wine is the koinonia.
We say we were only saying yes, promo. That's amazing. But what do you think this new thing? For me, it's Ebwa.
Yeah.
Ebwa, it's changing lives. I know it's changing lives. Yeah. I've not been to most, but I watch them. I watch them on social media. It's changing lives, and I see it, and I watch it, and you see, I'm seeing Zoom, TikTok, so it's really helping. But what's the idea? It's maybe when it says some sort of evangelism, some sort of worship, some sort of healing, however it is. Adosun. Ebikusoba. But what do you think the essence really is? Let me ask you for yours.
I think it all falls in the confines of creativity.
Okay.
People are being creative, I did be static for a long time. It becomes boring.
You're creative about what? About worshiping God?
Yeah.
All right.
So back in the day, you have to go into the bush, because I used to do that a lot with. That's what my mom taught me.
Bush.
Yeah, rim near Kobompai. On the worship.
Chimota forest.
Chimota forest. I say baby sano. Koshimbe. The whole day you are there worship. That's where you feel the connection, because when you're in the bush and you're hearing the trees and all that, it gives you that. It also has some vibe that it gives you.
Nature.
It feels like you are close to God. Those days that house used to be, before we started going to churches, leading worship with the conca and all that.
So, prayer camps.
Yeah, and all that. So times are changing. Yeah. People are getting more informed, and lifestyles are changing. So basically, you just need to upgrade yourself based on what time you're in, so that you meet up to the standard, just so you can get people's attention to hear what you are saying. And imagine if I did a song with a conca, just a conca in the bush. I'm not sure people will pay attention to it in this season. But those days they would have. But you have to go to the National Theatre, have a certain setup, wear a certain attire, with a certain quality of video to, appeal to people for them to worship God.
So unlike they'll say show business, this is a gospel business, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a business part to it.
What's the business part to this?
The business part to it is you basically building in a way that you can get people's attention to grasp the message that you're presenting to them. Yeah, Paul said something that I've become a lot of things just so I can save some. So basically, if you don't put it, refine it and put it in a fine container to get people's attention. I mean, listen, information now, there's a lot of information with just a click. Especially Instagram or you just move on to the. So if the first 5 seconds, one capture the pakuna dream.
Also then the packaging.
Yeah, you have to do something to get.
What makes it more challenging compared to secular?
Challenging, I must say, getting being creative with the gospel is very challenging because there are lots of things you can't do.
Yes.
Secular, but me yinufu. Yinufu no yi to kakra. Boss the boys at the end of the day, always my friend best 20 minutes. But to me the way to be near the BCC.
Not likes
no. But you can't do that in a gospel. So I mean, with the kind of restrictions that you have,
you still have to be creative with that space.
And it's very, very difficult.
But so what are some of the things, what are some of the things that you would do? Not to say, Rabe Yukua, Obiani, strategy you use to, some of your gospel says, will be, Oh, yeah. So, like, what are some of the things, like, let's say, like, 2 things that you think that, oh, yeah, like you said, shoot good videos. One can say, oh, yeah, National Theatre, because National Theatre, they're not Basra say. We wouldn't even know that is.
Hey,
Well, they know it's true. I want them to fix it. It's been a long time. Now we have so the whole thing is you wouldn't know, shoot a good video, see this one. Is there National Theatre this one?
Yeah.
Hey.
Stage in the
right.
Stage in National Theatre. So you put lights, you put this. So that's another way. Okay. Hey, now put nice men and women.
And the outfits.
I saw how do and interest no shana abo pusana okofie. But ebo pusako madam for say ko tsami asori ko tsami asori o shana hu mi awabia wo. Wabia minim no maka. So wabia is a guy you buy asori. David. So what are some of the things that it's clicking? It makes things a little easy for you or easier for you.
Things that make things easy for me, I would go for so as beyond everything before we did this, I had a vision in mind.
Okay.
I had this thing for 2 years before I did it, so I planned this thing for 2 years. Yeah. So what makes it easy for me is my ability to go ahead of my time. What I want to do in the next 5 years for my music. I have everything planned, written down, and we are working on it steadily. So by the time let me be asset it. You just jump into it and make it happen. So that's what makes it easy for me.
Still on the exports, we've seen some of the Nigerian, gospel artists who are doing just as amazing as you are, feeling different, RNS and, commanding a certain, level of crowd. But we still finding it say as a young artist now what Ghana no. If I look at South Africa, if I look at Dr. Tumi, if I look at Intokozo, so one more concept now, the kind of way. But what do you think says is inhibiting Yang from still penetrating that side and doing collaborations on a certain level?
Honestly, I don't think there's anything inhibiting us. We are building, we are in a time and we're in a season. The kind of quality we have now, we didn't have it, some time ago, but you do hold on, and gradually we are going to get to a place where those doors are going to open. Nyame Adoma, by the grace of God, 30th October, I'm doing a concert in the UK.
Okay.
Baby.
You know, sir, you have to spread the tentacles. You know, we did one in Ghana. In the oil dome, 21,000 seater.
Yeah, we look around the Embra, look around it.
So I'm person near Kodia, why not?
The other day, you see who said Donny McClocking. You did one of Donny McClocking here in Ghana, which was
pulling over 18,000 people in the auditorium.
Okay, that's a good one.
You know, and we're going to have a concert in the UK, the same new one concert in the UK, in a 4,000 seat auditorium.
Right.
In the UK. So gradually, September I'm in Nigeria, doing some certain works with certain people in there, some of the artists in Nigeria. So gradually we are spreading our tentacles to certain areas, you know, and I believe over time, 2-5 years, you know, certain people
will be on those platforms.
Yeah, we'll be on those platforms.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Because the music quality is good.
Wow.
The artistic designs and stuff like that, the videos are good. We are there. We just need to, be there.
I know. I think it's about time. We're going to check the new video, but I think it's about time that everybody has to have a strategy about the music, gospel or not, you know, until you get a strategy to it. Because if somebody is doing something and you have to know somebody has a plan, like you said. Me 2028 me tell you we are over speed you know. We are 2028 and when we said it here with Stoneboy, we said it here with a lot of people say, you know, sorry to say, baby, I want your industry, you know, am I some certain sort of standard? It was say or what 10 or there's or below that. Inti no be boro so 13 sa na ehunu yem found you.
Yeah, I get you.
What is that? Na fa na ehunu yem found you. E dey na wo ye no. E dey no 18,000. No 18,000 onya e we fan no dey because we no abro so onya 1,000 when I said you know, so they put you into a certain inti no when you're coming out then you become like alien, like you're alien and everything, but we have to because people are pushing. And yes, I be catchy. Time on now, you drew level of that 18,000.
Yeah.
50. We should have a strategy, and I don't think that is a problem. That you know you have to dream big for your career. And I mean the same people now you know classic. Yeah, gospel no. Bibia whatever what say. So I think you have a strategy, and I really admire, and I hope that people can actually learn a thing or two, you know, to do it. It doesn't hurt. So let's go straight to the album that is coming up. See, I know watch our itinerary in Ukraine, or then I'm Nigeria or I'm UK. So we want to know when he's back home. And now we'll launch album.
No, so the album is made up of 16 songs.
Okay.
You know, but I don't want to put all the 16 out there. Because you know people will just pick up on one or two and just leave the rest.
Okay.
So even though it's a big buffet, I want to split it into 3 parts.
Okay.
So Nyame Adoma, first week in September we are dropping the first part. Yeah, first part of the album, and then somewhere in November we'll drop the second part of the album.
The December.
Not that January, February.
Oh.
Yeah, the third one.
Yeah, the third one.
Valentine's Week, you cannot celebrate in peace.
So it's one album in 3 parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's wonderful. You must have a strategy on pushing the first part enough to push the second. I trust you. I know they fear. You do So yeah, that's nice. So let's talk about the concept. Boding.
Kayan. Yeah, Chuchun social media. MOG. Follow him on social media. Nami Pandri Edino. Follow him on social media. Very, very important. Someone say BBR virtual, and it's very, very important. The way that you will support your own is when you follow him on social media.
That's right.
Yeah, very, very important. Media, I'm so much of a believer of us supporting our own. The way I'll support the other people. Have you followed him? Follow him. You know, on YouTube, very, very important, is the way that you support this great ministry. Now, beyond. Now, so I can say he's Ghanaian, you know, he's a Ghanaian.
You can cry like I said, or UK based Ghanaian. You got it. You don't get it. You know, that kind of thing. Masa Kasha Kongo na mo support Kasha Kongo. Mani Uranka, because who?
So the title of the album is Koinonia.
Koinonia.
Koinonia. I'm not gonna forget again. Koinonia.
But the concert's in there fine.
New wine.
Right.
New wine.
Right.
Let's talk about the concert. When is it and where?
So basically, we've done the concert. We did it in March, the major one in March, 20th of March, with Pastor Donny from the States. That's where we were able to sit 18,000 people. It was a ticketed event, by the way, and we sat.
Don't ticket 18,000.
Yeah. And then we are doing the phase 2 in the UK.
Oh, okay.
On the 30th of October, and then we come back to Kumasi on the 20th of November to have the Kumasi edition.
Oh,
We have a whole itinerary.
Yeah. That's great.
I think that you have to follow. You have to follow on social media, wherever, to be able to know when and where, he's going to be, at a place. Into what now you have to just follow to be able to know where, because
that's right.
So it's very important. And would you be putting things out like leaflets and everything so that we know what's happening all the time?
We'll keep you posted on our website, social media platforms, and everywhere. We'll keep you posted so people will know what exactly we're doing.
Gladly keep both of us posted too.
Most definitely.
Do you play any instrument? Because who said you have is it the trumpet? You play it?
Yeah,
you actually play the trumpet.
You play the trumpet?
I play trumpet, I play keyboard, I play bass, I play
Are you
drums.
married?
I'm not surprised.
You're married?
Yeah.
You have kids?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
You play trumpet. Your kids play any instrument?
My firstborn plays the drums. My secondborn is learning the keyboard.
Lovely.
My thirdborn sings. So
honestly, Obi Bia Obo keyboard piano. They are good songwriters.
Obi family.
Obi back from instrument to singing. Absolutely brilliant.
Koinonia family.
That's a Koinonia family.
The only nice singing band. Like singing band. Oh, I am so happy
but
to
it's
know
been
this
amazing hanging out with
so
you.
grab the album. Okay, grab the album. And they album not first no come to it. Would you why this ye song now? Who DJ me no kasa. What na ye nyom no na coming to a pen drive no I turn a pen drive virus. Go get it.
Yeah.
If it's streaming, go buy it. If it's on YouTube, watch na ye monetizing ye nyakakraka shaku masa. National Theatre kwaje National Theatre floor the year we enye easy. So tias na ebi ye almost say when it's secular we need to pay for it. Manyam nyame dwuma de ye ntwia ka wato 18,000 we mo ye no okwa ye be no UK based mo ye mfa no gospel musicians if we do not support them the way we support others, and then they go to a place where they have families, they have friends, why not boy wine chain sorry there you go to the church, and then when you get the thing, you take it out. So we need to push monies in there. So follow our places where coins beba. To put things together, because the way I all buy itinerary, we're going here, Kumasi, we're going there.
It's also
set up. Yeah, set up. Pastor any day, but yes, you're band, also be any day. So that's what I have to say about this. Do come and visit us again.
I will.
Do come and visit us again. Try and go to church. Money sorry, what's it? Hey, and then you're not
me back into the tobacco.
Oh, back here.
All right, so let's all look out for Koinonia album. But when did you say it's coming out?
The first week of September.
First week of September. Yeah. But like I said, the only way you will follow Bibia Oyebia is if you're following him on social media. Then you'll be able to, get his tweets, get his mindset, join the community of MOG, and let's support this amazing ministry so that once the first part of the album is there, you are there. Second part, you are there. Third part, you are there. You can also say, we're part of that ministry. But it's been lovely hanging out with you, and thank you very much for passing.
Very.
Thank you.
Very, very. We didn't do the